There we have it. Episode 7 with m0NESY, our first ever guest, going from G2, covering all of that, into this now as the new journey for him in the Falcons.
I'm like, I don't need to warm up, you know. I'm setting up right now. I'm gonna destroy them, you know, because I'm in a good mood, vibe, and everything. And yeah, I didn't know I was with LXCB first of all. I didn't know we won. I'm looking at everyone is standing up.
Yeah.
And I just I'm gonna do it as well, you know.
You're like, okay, it's my turn.
Yeah, and Alexi started hugging me first,
Yeah.
and I started hugging NiKo first, and that's it, because I didn't know that I was even with him. Everything that they want, I mean, Falcon for me is that you just perform well.
Yeah.
They will make everything in, I would say, like in their possibilities to make you perform well. Mm-hmm. They just want performance, yeah, and you don't really care about any other stuff, you know.
Yeah, it's only rumors for now, but just imagine that trio on a team: m0NESY, NiKo, Kyosuke, and Vitality era over before it could start.
Like, he has very good mechanics in the game.
Yeah,
you cannot not see this, you know. Like, everyone who is playing the game and played before, like, everyone would see that he plays well. You know, let's say, for example, let's take Donk, let's take Kyosuke as well. Yeah, I mean, because they are from the same organization.
Yeah.
And they play very well, you know. Like, the way they move in the game, it looks easy, you know. Because knowing that NiKo is gonna leave, everyone just wanted to win this last tournament and also this major.
Yeah.
With him.
Do it for him.
But I think it was like in a good way, influence in a good way. You know?
In just a moment, you'll get to see a very exclusive and insightful interview with m0NESY. Now, we've never had a guest on the All About Counter-Strike podcast. Usually it's just me and Devilwalk talking about all things Counter-Strike. Well, we wanted to get m0NESY on as our first guest, but then the rumors, the leaks, all the news around him joining Falcons started to happen. So I needed to speak to G2, speak to Falcons, make sure we could still do it and get it done. Now, I've got to tell you, this was filmed on the 10th of April here in Bucharest. Before the tournament had ended, PGL had given us some equipment to make sure we could do this in the right way. And honestly, it turned out fantastic. m0NESY spent 3 years on G2, going from NAVI Junior to G2, the 600k generational talent signing, the career he's had so far, and what's expected of him. We talk about the trophies, the MVPs, the different players and lineups he played with, the highs and lows of being on this team, and the sadness of losing NiKo. Then we come on to him joining Falcons. Why Falcons? Being reunited with NiKo, looking at the next tournaments for him, and what the future holds. So sit back and enjoy the 7th episode of All About Counter-Strike. It starts now.
That's what it's all about, Counter-Strike. Mr. m0NESY, welcome.
Hello.
Our first ever guest, man.
Yes.
It's good to have you as the first guest. This is a positive. It's a lot been going on, and I guess what I want to start with here is just, let's go back a little bit to 2024. I would say the best year of your career. Mm-hmm. Second place on HLTV after Donk. It's kind of understandable with like what Donk was doing, right? But the end of the year was obviously pretty damn good for you guys. I know running up until the major, everyone wants to win the major. But it's like, how do you view 2024, like that whole year for you as an individual player?
A lot of ups and downs. A lot of, I mean, obviously there was a lot of good moments, just because I think every tournament for us was in the arena almost. We were qualifying for every playoffs, for every playoff. I mean, some tournaments we finished in quarters, some tournaments we won, and some we didn't lose any grand final where we played in 2024. It was only 3 grand finals, I think. Yeah, but I mean, there was a lot of good moments and good chances to catch, you know.
I'm trying to see if you're wrong on any of that. One grand final you did lose to NAVI, right? EWC.
No,
or was that semi-final?
Oh, we did actually, yeah.
Was that grand final or semi-final?
That was the learning grand final.
That was the learning grand final. I was like, I'm sure he was in the grand final of that.
After that one, we didn't lose. It's okay.
And it was new, right? You just had new players at that point as well.
Yeah. Oh, no, you see, like, there was a lot of good moments to learn as well, you know, because I didn't play in EWC that good. I think G2 played without Sniper that tournament. No, that grand final.
It was also like kind of a year where, you know, you were changing players, you had stand-ins. I mean, even for one tournament, Taz joined in, so it's a little bit disruptive, sometimes when you go into these big tournaments and not get to play with your full lineup, essentially. I mean, for a part of that year.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was the one tournament as well that because I didn't get visa in London, yeah.
Oh, well,
And
Yeah.
we were all waiting
could-
outside for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say. I can say whatever I want, yeah.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
I mean, it was crazy because I had crazy schedule because I was flying from I think I remember from from Amsterdam to Copenhagen, or what Copenhagen to London.
Yep.
I was flying and I knew that I will need extra time, and when I arrived in the airport, so the how much I had to drive to the place
Yeah.
where I need to play. I was only traveling with my bag, I didn't
Yep.
have suitcase, and it was like written. I don't remember how much time, but it was written that I'm gonna arrive like around like 17:06 or 17:05 or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't remember the exact time. And Blast told us if he's not arrive at this exact time, he will not play. And I said like, no, please. Like manager was fighting, and he said like,
Yeah.
just give us at least like few minutes, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
Yeah.
like 5 minutes, okay, at least. And I arrived like at exactly the same time what I said, and he allowed us to play.
Do you know what the
crazy.
funniest thing about that was? I remember I was messaging you before you got on the plane.
Mhm.
You're like, I think I can do it, and I'm like, okay, let's see if it's going to be possible. And then we had the camera guy outside. I was outside. The G2 managers, Taz, everyone was just ready,
Yeah.
waiting for m0NESY outside, and it was like paparazzi mode.
It's crazy. I don't
It
know.
felt like that also from a viewer perspective. It was like updates on AHL TV. m0NESY has landed, like
The way
all of
like, I
these
was
things, like step by step.
I was like in the cinema or something. I don't know. No, honestly, I was just not happy that time, just because we just asked for like a little bit of extra time, and
Mhm.
they didn't want to give us. It's a bit not respectful.
Yeah, I guess they're sticking to the rules really hard, but it's like it's better for the game, it's better for the viewers if you're playing. It's better for like the competitive integrity as well.
Yeah.
And look what happened with all the stuff they filmed, all the hype around you landing. It actually turned into like cinema.
I don't know, man. Like, and honestly, when I arrived and I started setting up, I even wrote on Twitter, I don't need warm up. You can cut warm up. I'm like, I don't need to warm up. I'm setting up right now. I'm gonna destroy them. Because I'm in a good mood, vibe, and everything. And I didn't really do it like that good. But it's
But
fine.
I kind
it's a
of
good learning as well.
I understand this like following the rules part, but at some point you gotta have like a kind of a human view on it and be just nice, like it's not something that you did personally that delayed anything. It's just
Yep.
circumstances that just pop up, and then I think maybe all tournaments should be able to look a little bit on the nice side and give those minutes.
No, to be honest, I just thought I don't know. I did everything I could. I did only travel with my bag. I had only my bag, my devices, my passport, and that's it. I didn't have suitcase, and that's it. No, whatever. It's life, you don't know what to expect sometimes.
Yeah.
Then we also got look at this. So this year was obviously a special year in terms of achievements individually for you, right?
Mhm.
I want to kind of go back because this is the end of G2 m0NESY.
Mhm.
You went from NAVI Junior to playing on G2, and like if we go and look back, we got some stats and stuff here when we look at it, right? 6 trophies won on times of the tier 1, yeah.
Mhm.
MVPs you had 4 in total, EVPs 12. One of them was a major EVP award. Top 20 player rankings, 7th, 4th, 2nd, constant improvements as well.
Mhm.
But like if we get people to remember that first lineup you played with, you, Hunter, NiKo, JACKZ, and Alexi B. And then XTaz was your coach as well.
What a lineup.
That was like I remember we all now talk about you and NiKo together.
Mhm.
But you and JACKZ at first, like, were the really close ones, right? He was he the perfect teammate for you to join as such a young player?
Yeah.
Can you explain that something like what he was able to do, what he was able to bring for you?
JACKZ.
Yeah.
I think like mostly comfort, comfort in the team because no, for me it was special one because I joined the team where I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
No, literally nobody. Everyone was also older than me. Some of them, I don't know, could be my father maybe as well at some point, And I don't know, Exas what I don't know. When I joined, he was what 30. I don't know, 36. I don't remember.
Mhm.
Double age than me. I mean, actually my father.
Yeah.
And I just tried to find comfort I would say no get closer with each other,
Mhm.
like be like friends, in
Yeah.
the team, because in NAVI Junior obviously we were all close to each other.
Yeah.
No, mostly it was me, Hattrick, Fear, Beat didn't, after he didn't play with us after he left to NAVI.
Mhm.
And coach as well. Our coach was, I mean, even management,
Yeah. It was very close. The whole thing. The whole
yeah,
team
like
was.
Navi overall, I think. I mean, Navi overall very like nice, and they treat you like family,
Yeah.
So everyone was like very close and good friends. But then I just tried to get closer to each other, and yeah. But my English was not very good at time, I would say. I mean, I could speak with people, but in the game I was also good, but. Maybe talking on some different topics, about the life. Maybe it was
Yeah.
not that great, And Jackson English was also not great at that. Maybe that's why we were fitting each other,
You're like, okay, we're the same.
I don't know. No, I'm kidding, of course, but yeah, and yeah, I just tried to find comfort, in the team. Comfort, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he's obviously kind of like a joker. He's a funny guy. He makes you relax. It's all about inclusion and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, everyone in the team, and also including Jackie, was no obviously trying to teach me as well in the game, like some stuff about like tier one, no, just sharing experience overall, and also Jackie was sharing life, not so sharing experience, not also about the game, but also about life,
Ah.
I don't know, because I was like kind of the guy who was grinding like behind PC, for example.
Yeah.
I could grind like, I don't know, like 15 hours per day, yeah, let's say, non-stop. For example, we have day off, I can sit and play CS non-stop. I could play like 10 games in a row on face, and not getting tired from it, And for example, he could come and say like, sometimes you just maybe you can play like 4, for good quality, and just go do something outside of the game,
Mhm.
I mean, quantity, like it's very good sometimes to play a lot of games for resilience, yeah, but I mean, I think quality is much better sometimes than
Yeah.
just playing like, I don't know, 7 games than 4, for example, good ones.
Yeah. Quality over quantity on it for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. But it comes with experience. Now
Yeah.
you understand it after, when
Yeah.
maybe you play professionally in the team.
There's a difference. All right. So what I want to do from here then is I want to look at you come into this team.
Mm-hmm.
Katowice being your first really big event. I remember when you joined for spring groups, right? That was obviously the hype around you. Spring groups was okay for you guys, but Katowice, second place for your first ever big stage, big arena.
Mm-hmm.
What's that moment like? How do you describe that?
It was insane. No, you just know it, yeah. When you come on the to the tournament and you play on the big stage for the first time, I don't know. You don't know it, maybe. I
No,
mean,
I know how to stand on a stage.
I didn't
It's
know that time
kind of
as well.
similar. Devilwalk knows
No,
everything you're saying. He
okay,
understands.
I didn't know that time as well. Okay,
Yeah.
I just came to play, and all of a sudden, the first game I play in front of the crowd, and I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. Some things were very, I don't know, weird for me. I was like stressed, on the stage, of course.
Okay, so
For
you
example,
felt it first time,
yeah,
yeah.
like we won with LXCB clutch. I remember 2v5 to win the game,
Yeah.
to win the map on Mirage, and I didn't know I was with LXCB. First of all, I didn't know we won. I'm looking at everyone is standing up,
Yeah.
and I just, okay, I'm gonna do as well.
You're like,
I
okay,
swear.
it's my turn.
Yeah, and Alexis started hugging me first, and I
Yeah.
started hugging Nikola first, and that's it, because I didn't know that I was even with him.
You're like, oh, yeah, it's all happening.
Yeah, I was just communicating in the game on English.
Yeah.
I swear. I mean, I didn't understand everything what was happening. I mean, it was just pretty hard, Like it's just pressure, stress, obviously on the stage for the first time, but it was a like very good pressure. It's not like bad pressure where you kinda like, for example, read all the comments and like you expect like yourself, you want yourself to play better because people are writing some shit, for example. You like, I didn't care about that already. I remember I spoke to Extas Remy. He came to me in the room and he told me like, don't try to put a lot of expectations on yourself. Play your game, play simple, and everything will be good.
Because
And
I think, sorry.
and I just walked in on that stage, and the pressure was very good. You just take all the energy from the crowd.
That's the same words I use.
Yeah, all the energy from the crowd.
Mhm.
You try to balance it, and like, you just see all the people came in the arena to support you or enemy team, but it doesn't matter. In the end, they just they're just happy to be also in the arena to watch this game, and you're happy that they came, so it's very good.
But it's also like one of the a special event probably for you as well in terms of what you mentioned. Like there was people, okay, this kid went for an expensive sum of money to G2, didn't have that experience on tier 1, and I think like everyone shut up after that event, like everyone. I don't think you had a single doubter left, coming in after that event and proving your worth so early on.
I mean, when I came to play, so like when I came and I played my first games in Katowice, I didn't feel great. I would say, like, I didn't feel. For example, I think we played against Fnatic first game. I don't remember, against Smuja maybe. I think, yeah, against Smuja I think it was on Nuke. I think, I don't remember, but I didn't feel very great, and that's why I remember I talked with Remy, because I just tried to put too much. Like, I just knew that a lot of expectations coming on myself. That's my
You
first
wanted too
tournament.
much.
Yeah, I wanted too much, but after the talk, everything disappeared. Like my thoughts disappeared, because it was also English. I mean, never mind. It was pretty. Some things were very hard.
Yeah.
In international team, when you don't know each other very well and you're very young, I think it's some things are pretty hard. When you understand them later in the team.
Yeah.
Like when you grow up. I'm talking about the people who are, like, younger.
Yeah.
Because not a lot. I mean, I'm very glad that I haven't had this experience. That I came in the team in 16 years old and uh, went through a lot of difficulties.
Mhm. Difficulties
It
that
was
shape you,
Fnatic, by
right?
the way.
Yeah, Fnatic.
That was
I
Fnatic.
remember everything.
It was a smooth Fnatic.
Yeah,
With
because I
m0NESY
played
and
with him
Alex.
ping pong. Yeah, I remember in Katowice. Yeah, and tournament was great. Second place is fine, but I feel like we we just threw away the tournament as well. Like, kinda. No, we threw away the map at least. We could have fighten more.
Okay.
We threw away against FaZe from 15-7.
Mm.
Just look at the way we started
Oh
against
my
FaZe.
god, looking at these stats in the final. It's 19-15.
Yes.
It's a 31-27 and a 16-14 win for FaZe. All three maps.
Yeah, just look at the score. We started 15-7. We started 15-7. We were leading from 15 to 7.
Yeah.
And we lost the map. It's
pain.
It's insane. And these kind of games, this map only gives experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very, because like we learned a lot. And the next year, what happened? We won it.
You win it.
Of course. Because we wanted it so much. When you want something so much, you get it.
Do you believe in a bit of like visualization with that, like visualizing what you want as a person and thinking about it, saying it into the universe?
Yeah, if you can imagine it in your head, you can do it. In my opinion, 100%. I mean, maybe it's not gonna happen tomorrow, like by just with hand, like doing with hands like this,
So one day before the tournament, okay, I want this. Let's go.
No, obviously you cannot just do it in one day. Sometimes it takes longer. Like maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I mean, NiKo didn't win the major.
And you can't
He's
just
gonna
imagine
do
it and lay in bed. You have to work for it as well, quite hard.
Yeah, but when you're gonna stop imagining it and dreaming about it, I think it could be over.
Now, next I want to come on to the second iteration of the lineups, right? So we go on to here. We have the JKS and HooXi time, right? This is obviously, so this was happening. Alexi goes, JACKZ goes, you get JKS, you get HooXi. At that point, do you have any say? Or you're still very young, you're still basically a rookie. Did you have any say in like your teammates, or does it just kind of happen? Were you just kind of given the players?
Did I have any say? Sorry.
Yeah,
What?
did you get to decide? Like, did you have, if they said, okay, we're going to bring this player and this player, did they ask
Like,
you
did
what
you
you
have
think?
any input? Like, yeah,
No.
this player's
No.
good.
No, when JKS and HooXi came, I didn't even know that Jackson Alexi left the team. Well,
What?
no, no, I mean, I knew it, but later, like I didn't know that Jackson Alexi are gonna leave the team.
Was it something you felt was needed?
I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
No,
So
no.
there's more management doing it.
I mean, I wouldn't decide anything that time because I was very
Yeah.
young. I mean, I wouldn't. I would maybe even still. I would even maybe think to not make any changes. But I
Yeah.
think like the team needed this. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Yep.
And this point though is obviously you have a bit of time together because you changed at a weird point, right? You changed in this October area to sorry, in the August area. So after the player break, you come back with this lineup,
Mhm.
and it's not bad results, but I think the world final one was a surprise. It was the one in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the detail, but obviously, very sad thing that happened with HooXi, right?
Yeah. Very
He
bad.
still plays the whole tournament despite a loss like that in the personal side, where some players would obviously go home in that thing. But
Yeah.
you guys managed to lift the trophy there.
Yeah.
And like no one expected it. Would you even expect that you could do it with all that pressure around you guys, with all that stuff going on?
No, but we were playing, and like we were fighting for it.
Yeah.
Even though with all the circumstances that happened, yeah. Rasmus was fighting for this, for the trophy.
Yeah. You can
He-
see he wanted it to be there and put
Yeah.
it in.
That's what he has been doing always. He has been like he was always fighting for every trophy. That we were playing. Like every time. Like even like if we were losing like with the big score, he was always fighting until the end. He had very good mentality, I would say. Yeah.
Can't wait to see if Devilwalk talks.
Yeah.
He's there. He's still alive. He's still active.
I'm still alive. No, but it's obviously it's a super inspirational kind of moment as well. While you also I got into a little bit of a deep end. I remembered also like kind of flew me back to like Fnatic and Flush. I had a similar one. I think Dupree as well. Kind of got flashbacks into these similar moments where people have struggled and kind of fought their way into showing up for all the people that come there and support the game and from what I've known, there's always no question in mind. You feel like people should just take a break, get out of there. It's
Yeah.
more important to do that, but the people always want to do this more, than anything, and they have this incredible passion and to see you guys lifting a trophy and doing it all the way to the end it's special, especially being such a new team as well, finding that resilience together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was your first MVP. I was trying to see if it was this one where
Yeah.
we had the photo from.
Yes.
But yeah, I remember, and your family were there as well, right? This one.
Yes.
Yeah, that was that. So that's what's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's what's such a good moment for you, is because if I'm right, it's when I first met your mum and dad, but obviously I met your brother before, and then everyone was there. Was his wife there at that time as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was full family. You lift the trophy and you get the MVP.
It
Was the first time your family was at an event as well?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, it was. I mean, they could only. I would say it was pretty hard for them to visit other countries
Yeah.
where we were playing, and I mean, Abu Dhabi for them was a very good choice to travel. And I mean, they traveled. I mean, arena was not that big,
Yeah.
Not a lot of people, but they enjoyed. They saw me lifting the trophy, and I saw them being happy, and that's the most important.
Could you see them when you lifted the trophy?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was a nice moment.
And then if we go throughout this, right, I'm going to touch on just both this part here when we get to Katowice. The Katowice win. There's that picture of you on the floor, like reaching out to the trophy.
Yeah.
I remember we did that like long interview afterwards where we were going, like we're walking around on the stadium and I'm interviewing each of you. That was where it seemed like, even though there was a player break between World Final and Katowice, it didn't seem like you guys were affected at all. Did it feel like everything was clicking with this team? Would you call it maybe a honeymoon period still, or was this just, this is working?
Honeymoon period, because we had I mean, this lineup we had for a long time already, and I think I mean, our honeymoon, like, I mean, we, when JACKZ and HooXi joined the team, we still be playing like not good, we were very shaky.
The first few months before World Final.
And we kind of found our shape like in the on Blast World Final. I don't know how we won Blast World Final, but this win on this tournament was very good for us. And the next bootcamp that we had, like, now after we had like very long win streak, with the games, and we were smashing everyone. And in Katowice, when we arrived in Katowice, like, we could feel the vibe, that the atmosphere, that we can beat everyone, like, we like didn't really care against who we were playing against. Like, we just didn't care, we just knew that we were gonna win everyone, and we qualified after the playoffs, and we just smashed everyone. I don't know, you just had like this, I mean, you could just understand. I don't know how to explain.
No, but I know exactly what you're talking about, because there's two times I've had this feeling, and it's both times when we were doing the major with Fnatic. Instantly, just set on the foot on the event, and you just have this feeling like we could win this. Like, you're not thinking about anything else. You just feel it. Like, it's not you don't go through math or anything. You just insta feeling we could win this. I think we're gonna win this.
Yeah, because the team feels good, the atmosphere is there as well, and everyone individually feels good, and we just got it, Yeah, pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth.
But then looking at that, everyone at this point was saying G2 is going to win the major. This is going to be like, you guys have this same level of dominance again. And
Did you reach rank 1 at that point as well, right?
Yeah.
So like, they were favorites coming in. Everyone thought this was going to be the major for you guys. And you make it through the RMR in 5th. It's not terrible. You make it through. That's what matters. But then you go out 12 to 14. Do you remember, like, just how painful that was for you guys? For you personally?
When?
Paris major. It's when you were expected to, like, everyone had you as favorites,
I don't know. We just changed jersey before the major. I don't know why. We just changed jersey again to before the major, like, to from the
superstitious.
Yes, I believe in this, because in 2024, before Chinese major, we also changed jersey from our black ones to the white one.
Okay, so we need to tell Falcons.
Fault.
Yeah, we need to tell management of Falcons, no jersey changes before major.
Yeah,
especially after a good run.
Yeah, well, of course. We won. Never mind, I'm not gonna talk about it. But
you can talk about it if you want.
We won Singapore, and after we changed jersey, we lost on major.
Yeah, because you came out the white jerseys, right?
Yeah. We won Katowice, and after we played Blast Paris major in Katowice, we had one jersey, and we changed before Paris major. We lost. I'm not saying, but yes, you just see the difference, yeah. Like, sorry, not difference. How you say it? The connection. Yeah. But I mean, it was pretty hurtful to lose, honestly, on Blast Paris major. I mean, not even. I think we were in Legends, and we're playing with Fnatic again. I think with Fnatic.
Yeah, it was that. Remember the Vertigo you played?
Yes, we played Vertigo. Yeah. For some reason, we decided to not play Nuke.
Yeah,
I think
because I remember I asked about the veto on the interview, and it felt so bad because, like, even in my notes, I teed this up as NiKo gets his major, Baby Goat gets his first major. At the time, you were still Baby Goat. Like, it was like you're young Goat now. Remember that's where it's changed to.
Yes.
But like, I had this storyline, I had these notes down, and then I had to do the loser interview with NiKo, and it was, oh man, it makes me want to cry.
I just see his picture, like, in my head, and I see just his picture with the glass, with the can, where he's standing on Paris major and just looking in nowhere, in this
just
lost
space.
Yeah. But I mean, it's obviously it's not because of the map we lost or something like that. We
Mhm.
could. I mean, if you're a professional, you need to play on all. Like you need to know how to play on all the maps. I don't think, like for example, like for example, I don't blame like I don't know coach or someone who picked like Vertigo instead of Nuke. I think if you
Who was coaching at this time? I forget.
Svani,
Oh, Swanee, yeah, because he had to stand in. Yeah.
yeah, or HooXi, I don't know who picked it. I
Mhm.
don't really care if you're like professional, you know,
Yep.
and you play in the team, you practice all the maps that are in the map pool, that you are about to play on the tournament, you know, on a
It is
tournament.
a shit map though. Vertigo is a shit map.
That time I liked it actually.
You played in NAVI Junior.
Yeah. You need to know how to play all the maps,
Mhm.
and you need to like them, you know. I mean, maybe some maps you obviously not gonna like, but you need to know how to play them, you know. You need to have confidence, you know. I just have a mentality that I don't really care on which map I play, for example.
Mhm.
I like all the
But
maps, and yeah.
did you have this like has it been different during different periods of teams and coaches where how you prepare? Because I know some players they don't like to hear too much prep, so it gets into their head. Some
Yeah.
players want like you to go through it with them, know specifically what you want from them. Is that
Mhm.
something that was different for you in different times of G2 prep wise?
For me as a player, I prefer to just hear the from preparation. I prefer to hear the important information. You know, like not something unnecessary. You know,
Yeah.
like that you have to say, for example. But if coach thinks that he needs to say this, then he says it. You know, and I listen to everything and I try to understand from like why and what. You know,
Yeah.
and I mean I prefer to listen to everything and just make a puzzle in my head, you know, what's to what, and in the game is gonna help, you know. They might not do it, you know, this game maybe
Mhm.
what I'm gonna hear, but it's better to have it than to not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, this, you know, for example, this 5% can can hit, you know, and they will do it, for example, you know,
Mhm.
and you're happy because you heard it and you listened good on preparation. You don't fuck around and like I don't know, sit in your phone and don't do anything. You just listen carefully to the coach and to captain what they say on preparation.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You
also
know where
other
the
players.
flashes are, so you know where to position.
Yes, exactly. And what other players maybe can as well chain in, you know, and say
Mhm.
what they do, you know, by macro, and also maybe they strafe here. It's better to stay here, you know, blah blah blah. I mean, it's a team game, you know.
Yeah.
Everything has to um, bring his percentage, you know. Just look at it, you know. For example, you know, how to say it? For example, I don't like to change knives as well. You know, if I won with not one
Ah.
knife, like few
Oh.
games in a row, I'm gonna keep. I think no, I mean, I will try to keep playing with the same knife, you know, until it gets boring. You
Yeah.
know.
How do you balance that? Like between being bored, but then you know the knife is good. Do you have a lucky knife?
No, butterfly, yeah.
Butterfly. Yeah.
I play with butterfly ruby, you know.
Oh, nice.
So what if
Very
you have a
nice.
really long win streak, but you're
I don't
bored of
change.
your knife? You don't change.
Yeah.
I don't change, yeah.
Okay. Then you stay. Then
Yes.
you know you're good.
On Blastful Final, I played with the Butterfly Ruby and with the red gloves, and after that I didn't change until the major,
Yeah.
until Chinese major. Yeah.
The Cologne one though, right, was, I wouldn't say more unexpected, but it was like from the community side, from how your results were, you were not clear favorites for it. We knew the potential you had.
Mm-hmm.
How did it go for you guys?
Like we are in very good shape, everyone before this tournament. Like in very good shape.
Like individually, you
Like
felt good,
individually, yeah, and as a team as well. Like I just felt like we're gonna win this.
yeah. Hmm.
Like really, and also I think Ants, they were playing very good at time as well.
Yes, Snappy's men at the time.
Yeah. But honestly, I just felt that we were like one step ahead of them every time when we played against them. You know.
That was the year they won Dallas, right? So they won Dallas before it,
Yes.
and then we went into spring final. Was that the one Navi won? I can't
I think
remember.
they won. Yeah, with some Young.
Yeah, with some day on they won that
I
one.
think.
That might be,
Yeah.
it might have been that year, and then you guys go to win Cologne.
Yeah.
So you were in individually great shape,
Hmm.
and what do you feel like you just progressed well as a team at that point?
Yeah. Like we just had I mean, with this lineup, we had very good chemistry in the team. You
Hmm.
know, everyone was helping each other, and honestly, this year I learned a lot. You know, from everyone. Like
I actually have
literally.
a question, because if I don't misremember, I feel like it's around that time also HooXi started getting a lot of pressure put on himself, like from other community members.
Yeah.
How was that dealing with like inwards in the team? Were you bothered by it? Did you feel anything? Like did you support HooXi extra much, or how was that going within the team?
He was getting a lot of hate. Yeah, you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When? Because I'm just the guy. I don't remember like hate. Like I don't remember who was getting hated or something like that. I just don't remember bad things, I would say.
Because I think it was like just after your Katowice win, you're running into this kind of like a little bit shaky form, and then just I think around there,
Maybe
HooXi
actually, yeah.
started getting a little bit of
He's
flack.
put under the spotlight, right? And people were
yeah.
saying like he's not the leader they need. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. I mean, overall, like Rasmus was getting a lot of bad comments just because of his like individual performance, and everyone was writing about it, and he just tried to, like, I don't know, like for example, play more, because he is the guy who was working the most. I think he's the guy who's been working the most in our team, who was working the most in our team, and he's the guy, the how to say it in English, блядь? Like the guy who was working the most I played, like
Yeah, the
I
most
never
you've
seen
ever
the guy.
played with.
Yeah, I never seen the guy working harder than him, for
Wow.
example, like in terms of like watching, preparing for the enemies. Like he was sometimes up until like, I don't know, maybe 3 a.m. To prepare against a team, to anti-strat them, or I don't know, something like, to have some important information for the next day for teammates, for the team. And yeah, like this time he could maybe spend, like for example, sleep, or have better like sleep schedule, blah blah. But I mean, obviously, like, it's crazy.
You have to sacrifice something to work so hard, right?
Yeah. But yeah, and obviously he was playing a lot of that match as well and everything. But I don't know, Rasmus was insane. Yeah, maybe he didn't show good individually sometimes, but for the team he was doing a lot.
Can I ask you this then? Would you say he was the best leader for you throughout your time in G2?
A leader.
Yeah, best in-game leader for you personally. Like, I'm not asking you to rank
Leader.
him. I just mean as him.
Leader or in-game leader?
In-game leader.
In-game leader.
Because you had Alexi, you had HooXi, and then you had Snax.
No, I would say yes.
Yeah.
I would say yes. But if you say leader, then I would say there is only one leader who was always here.
Who?
NiKo,
yeah.
Of course, man.
That's expected.
This guy
But
he can coach, he can lead, he can be captain.
So let me ask you this
then.
then.
Rifle, upper,
My
anchor.
view on NiKo, m0NESY, is he is a leader of men. Like, he has aura that we talk about so much, right? Where if NiKo told me, go run and do this until I say to stop, I'll do it. He doesn't need to tell me twice. I'm going to say, okay, NiKo, I'm going.
But why?
He's that feeling, like when he says something to me, even if he might lie to me in an interview and just say some answer, I believe him. I look at his face and I go, okay, shit, let's go. Like I get that vibe from him. And he has the alpha, he has that alpha mentality, that mood around him.
But it's because you trust him.
Yeah.
It's because that's what happened in Dallas as well when we won in 2024. Like he became
with Stewie. It was crazy.
With Stewie. With the I mean, he became captain in Dallas in 2024, and that's what he was doing,
Yeah.
He was just leading the team, and that's because he has like leader qualities,
You were MVP Dallas as well, right? Yeah.
Because some leaders, like some captains, they don't have this kind of qualities that he has,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he doesn't want to become captain in the near future, but he has everything in.
He can do it.
Yeah.
I always split in-game leaders personally as someone who is a good in-game leader isn't necessarily a good captain. And I think those two, to find the perfect balance of that, is very hard to do. That's why coaches can play such a vital role. But it's like, for me, NiKo could do it all. He could be one of the rare few. Like, I think Carrigan is a captain and an in-game leader. I'd probably put Glaive in that same category. but there's not many other in-game leaders that fit that.
I mean, but he has everything, you know.
Yeah.
He can do everything. I mean, he has experience.
But is it like for someone I don't know NiKo's qualities from like inside the server that much. So is it that he is demanding of his teammates in like not a bad way, but like everyone just wants to do more, or it gets their head down and does everything they need to do, and there's no I don't know what to say, like we say in Sweden lattjo lajban, which is basically like you joke around and you do a little bit half-ass everything,
No, you enjoy playing with him because he
Yeah.
knows everything, and he knows how to react on some certain stuff in the game. He's been consistently insane for his whole career as well
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
rifle, and I mean, for me, consistency is always a key. I mean, you can be number one, and at 1 year you can be number one. I don't know, next year, but after you will disappear, But he has been in top 20 players for like how many years, and he's still here, and he's still looking to
It's
win.
like since 2013, 2014, off memory. It's just
Yeah, he's the like very very insane player, and not only player but also a person. And I mean, he has, as I said, everything to be captain, and some captains doesn't have what he has, I would say. And I mean, it's a life, Berlin. Sometimes you don't have what you need, I don't know how to explain.
No, you've given a good explanation, and it's very impressive what he can do, and how much you rate him, but also how other players who have not even played with him would rate him so highly, right?
Yeah.
That's like I've never played with him. I'm just doing it based on what I see, because obviously I get a privileged position at the events where I can stand behind you guys, I can see you guys, I see a lot, right?
Yeah.
From a different viewpoint, and I think that's what's very impressive is like when I listen to his comms, and we can see him get frustrated, we can see him get tilted, but I never see it in a negative way towards his teammates. I just see it in a way of like reinforcement of how much he wants to win.
But usually, like, he gets angry or he gets a bit of tilted. It's because, for example, it's not towards his teammates or something like that. It's because, for example, like he fucked up somewhere, like he didn't pick on good timing, or like I don't know, they caught him off guard and he died, and that's where he was getting angry. I mean, at least when we played together in the team,
Yeah.
that's mostly where he was getting tilted, angry. But most of the things, and most of the things where what he didn't like, we were saying after the game, not during the game. I think it's the most important in a professional team, where you don't show your emotions towards teammates during the game. I think, I mean, you have some players, like for example, recently, like for example, Electronic, who
we saw that clip today. Did you see it?
Yeah, I have massive respect also to Denis, to Electronic. He is also very experienced and very insane player in CS. But I think maybe his approach sometimes, like towards teammates, maybe during the game, it's not nice, when you scream. But
it's that old school Navi way, though.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he understands, I mean, he knows it, but
it like builds up and then
yeah, of course. But some mistakes, for example, what players are doing, like teammates, maybe he cannot hold to not say it,
Yeah.
Like, he needs to say it.
He needs to get it out so he can go on with the next bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sometimes you're gonna get into those situations when you're playing Counter-Strike. You don't have always the time to be nice and say things in a nice way. Sometimes you just gotta be harsh. Say what you need. And most people, especially if you've played with each other for a while, you don't take offense to that. You just kind of snap into it and, oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Let's go. And you forget about it a second later. It always looks way worse when you're looking at like a replay of a camera in a team.
Yeah.
Then it actually is like when you're playing together.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we move forward through the G2 stuff, because I still want to touch on the Falcons things, and m0NESY's time is very valuable on this as well. So if we come, we'll Copenhagen Major, 3rd to 4th. Obviously, NAVI going to win it. It's the first in CS2. Let me just ask you this. How did you feel at the whole beginning part of CS2 as an AWPer, as a player who was obviously one of the very best in CSGO, and then you're moving to this new game? Like, was it easy for you because you're younger and you play so much that you want to adjust? By the way, he's smiling because the dog's jumping up on him and like...
Yes. I just took it as a challenge, you know. I
Yeah.
wanted to become better, not only in CS2, but obviously in CSGO. And in CS2, it just my path and my, I don't know, my goals continued. I
hmm
still wanted to become better, and CS2 just gave me more opportunity because it's the new game, and you know, when you know, I mean,
Was it exciting?
of course, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you just know it's the new game, and I said to myself, I mean, I just wanted to learn and become better than anyone else as well, you know,
Yeah.
faster. I mean,
Uh,
you know, in the way that you wanted to become faster than someone else, you know,
Yeah.
will find out how to play better in this game in CS2,
So
like
how was the like
mechanically.
transition a little bit? Because I know AWPing for some AWPers was really difficult at the start of CS2. Like it felt so different.
Yeah,
How much did it take you to kind of adjust? Did you have to think about that a lot as you approached it, or?
not really. Not really. I didn't have. I didn't really struggle a lot at the beginning. Obviously, I had a lot of struggles, yeah, when people were white picking. But when I
Yeah.
understood that white pick advantage now exists in the game, and you can just white pick and kill everyone,
hmm
uh, you just needed to adapt to it, you know, with up. And maybe some players, I mean, couldn't adapt somehow.
Yeah.
I obviously don't want to say, but I just think it's a bit of excuse that I cannot show it with op in this game. It's impossible, you know.
Yeah.
You just need to adapt and somehow find a way that you can op, you know, because it's still strong. It kills with one bullet. What the fuck?
It still does the same.
Like,
Yeah.
man, it kills
As a
with one
rifler,
bullet.
we all hate the AWPers.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to counter white pick advantage, you need to have op. You know, you just at the moment in the game, you cannot stand and hold. I
hmm
play Face It, for example, and I see people they stand and they hold, and they're just getting insta deleted when the guy is swinging on them. On
Yeah.
him, I mean, sorry, and it's insane because at the moment you cannot stand and just hold. You know, you need to be always in the moment. After hop, counter strike, and you kill. You know, but with op, you can make it easier. You know, but before, yeah, at the beginning of CS2, I think it was just an excuse for all the operas. They just needed to adapt, and that's it.
Yeah. Take their time
Yeah.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this point, right? You've got Nexa.
Mm-hmm.
To the community, this was the weirdest decision ever. At this point in your career, we're talking about 2023 to 2024. Did you have more of a say in who would come into the team, or was this just one that was pushed upon you?
I didn't know Nex was coming as well.
Oh man,
No,
He just goes to the
honestly,
next tournament, sits by the PC. It's a new face
sup,
over
dude?
here.
yeah. But it's also, I mean, um, understandable, you know, from my perspective, because in 2023, in the end of the year, I also wanted to leave the team.
Oh really?
Yeah, because there was a team building up the roster in Cloud9.
Ah, wait. This was that moment in. If I'm right, it was when you told me your dream team,
Yeah,
and he basically listed all the ex Navi players would have been your dream team,
yes,
but bit right. So
yeah,
there was actually a chance you could have gone to Cloud9.
yeah.
Damn.
It was my dream team before was always 2021 Navi, me and Sato Simple, and
Yeah.
um,
So
just
you simple bit.
no, me, Beat, Electronic,
Oh no,
Perfecto,
simple.
and Boomich, yeah. And
Okay.
yeah,
I thought you might go back to rifle and let simple still play.
man, I wouldn't.
No. It's like simple go, baby goats here.
I would take his op.
Yes. I love that.
I
love
still
that.
think that I'm rifle more than op, to be honest. I don't think like I'm full. If you watch my recent games, I don't
Mhm.
play with op a lot on some maps. I
Yeah.
still think. Even when I joined G2, I was still thinking that I'm more rifle than opera, just because my main role was always secondary opera. You know.
Exactly. By the way, people forget this. People
Yeah.
forget that you were not a main author.
And I was playing with rifle. I was always practicing rifle, mechanic, and everything. And but I just think that if you want, oh, again, for me, important to know how to play with every gun in the game, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So you can make a difference with every gun, not only with your signature gun, like
hmm
OP, for example.
So I got to come back to this. There was a chance you would have left NiKo then and left G2 and
Yeah.
gone to Cloud9. Why didn't that happen?
Why didn't happen? I don't know.
Was it you? Was it couldn't work out the deal?
No, I couldn't go because of my contract, of course.
Okay, so G2 didn't want to let you go.
Yeah,
Cloud9
yeah, yeah.
wanted you. There was no agreement that could be made. Sometimes players are at the mercy of contracts and orgs.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, but
Well,
Yeah.
actually, kind of worked out that you didn't go. That team had
unlucky.
its problems.
It's a destiny, you know.
Yeah,
It's a I don't know.
everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. I agree. No, didn't happen. Didn't happen. You know. I'm honestly I'm happy that I stayed.
Yeah.
To be honest. But yeah, and when next came, I didn't really know that he would come. I just find out about it like a few days before practice.
And then you got another new teammate. Was it sad to see JACKZ go? Did you understand like this is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
needed to happen?
Yeah, no. Honestly, speaking fair, I was very sad that GKS left.
Sponge will be
I
happy.
didn't understand the point of removing him from the team. Yeah.
Does it then start to get frustrating as like you're a bit older now, you're getting more experience? Do you personally start to get more frustrated when moves happen and you don't maybe agree with them? It's not what you would have wanted.
Yeah, I started thinking that why people, not making me like didn't tell me that, for example,
So you're not involved.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
involved in
Yeah.
this kind of things, and yeah, I was kind of angry on management, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, but also this kind of things makes me feel more angry, but makes me feel, how to say it, I want to play even more and destroy everyone, you know.
Yeah, you take the anger into the game and
Yes,
just
take
yeah,
the game and just push it, you know.
more energy into you and then fight.
Yes. I don't know why I've been always like this. And
That's good.
Some things, for example, if something happens in real life, I take it to the game and I just want to destroy everything, you know. Like
Do you feel
not,
like
not
you
my
play,
teammates, of
play
course,
better?
but game. Huh?
Do you feel like you play a lot better, like angry?
No, yeah, kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
But
'Cause all of
obviously
Meiser
balanced.
was like that, like in Fnatic. Like if he was mad or annoyed, he would be like all of a sudden he's going like Super Saiyan levels and just going out and picking entries and
I'm just
you know,
imagining
like,
you purposely
no
tilting
mercy.
him before a game. Devilwalk's like, "Go Olaf, you fucking suck," and then he's like, "No, I
Start
don't. I'm
singing
gonna
Baby
go."
Shark song in his ear.
But obviously balanced, you know. You cannot be
Yeah.
angry
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
your teammates. You're
Yes.
angry
Yeah, yeah.
to what happened, and you want to smash opponent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, I always try to find the balance, the common ground, to not hurt my teammates, and so everyone feels comfortable and on official game and everywhere and on practice and everything.
Now, looking at this roster you have with Nexa, the results were not perfect. There's still playoff runs. There's still okay runs, and then when you don't have HooXi, right? Because he goes for his family member's wedding, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has that. It's all public knowledge. You have Stewie stand in Dallas. Stewie, who obviously good friends of NiKo.
Mm-hmm.
Was this one that you like? This one you got told about? They just said, okay, this makes sense. Take Stewie. Doesn't need a visa. He's American. Like, just explain, because to us watching, this is the most crazy run possible that everyone expected you guys to just bomb out. We didn't know what we were expecting from Stewie, and NiKo's leading. So, like, how the hell did you pull this off?
I don't know. Man, I don't know.
You became a North American team. You do realize that? You became a North American team for one event.
You had the crowd with you.
I know.
Fully with them.
We had sixth player, you know.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. But you know, when we played on the stage,
Yeah.
not even on the stage, in group stage, when you played with Stewie, like, when you see him in real life, he's so, I don't know, different compared to, I don't know how to explain. Like, he's so alive, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's so good. I don't know how to explain. Like,
you talking about good outside of the game?
Outside of the game, inside of the game,
Yeah.
like his personality and like he's so funny and he's so nice.
Because for me, he's super chill. Like how I know Stewie, very chill, always like quite relaxed about things.
I was enjoying spending time with him. I can just say that.
Yeah.
I was enjoying spending every second with him.
And do you know what? In the interviews he was doing with me, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just watching m0NESY sometimes." And he's like, "I can't believe it." Like, because if you think in his career, the AWPers he had were not like natural AWPers, they were not like crazy. And then he gets you as his teammate.
That's
And on the
fine.
interview, he's like, yeah, I've got NiKo, but like, there's also m0NESY, and he's just hitting these shots, and I don't even understand it.
I mean, he's super chill. Yeah, I mean, but he's so nice in real life, really.
So the vibes
So
must have been
good, man.
insanely good. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's insane. And obviously, like when you also talking about playoffs, let's
Mhm.
skip group stage. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not saying about group stage the way that he won us so many impactful rounds. I don't know why people didn't notice it. I remember after the tournament,
Yeah,
like
people were just kind of critical, like, oh, he missed this. He didn't do this. His stat was not good here.
yeah. But
Typical stat people.
he won us so many impactful rounds. If you just check the games,
Mhm.
he won us so many impactful rounds against Mouse when we played in group stage, against whatever team we played. So many, and they were so important every time. Maybe he didn't drop a lot of like. He didn't do a lot of how to say it, like a lot of kills maybe, or like statistic was not good as people were saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck, you know?
If you're winning the maps, it doesn't matter.
Yes, he did a lot of impact, you know. That's the most important. And he won us so many rounds. And coming to playoffs, what I wanted to say, you walk in the arena, on the stage, and you just feel you walk and you feel like a god, you know.
You're like,
Like,
this feels good.
man, like you walk with Stewie and you're walking on the stage and you feel like you're walking with a god and like a god, you know.
Yeah.
Like everyone is cheering for you. 99% of people in the arena is cheering for you, and maybe only one, like we were playing against Vitality in grand final.
Yeah.
99% cheering for us, and like there is only
Vitality staff.
like only 3 people or 4 people, it's Vitality staff cheering for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go Vitality. No, it's funny, of course, but it was like that, you know. And
But you guys had never had this, right? You never had a crowd so on your side.
like, I think we had in Katowice. In
Katowice, I remember
2023.
being kind of split. Like there was a lot of fans for G2.
Yeah,
but it
Cologne. Because we had Svani, he was
Yes, that
German.
helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There was a lot of.
I was there at both, and I'd never seen it all one-sided for you guys. Like
Yeah.
it never had been like that.
Obviously, it helped us to win, of course.
Yeah.
But the feeling was insane.
Could you hear them screaming "Fuck you, Apex"?
I thought I honestly don't remember what they were screaming, but
Yeah.
I thought they were screaming like I don't know, honestly.
It was
I
so
didn't
funny.
pay attention.
I'm sat in the back, and I'm like, I just take my earpiece out, and I'm like, oh my god, they're actually screaming, and it's just like the whole North American crowd, "Fuck you, Apex!" And it's just again
It's
and
an
again.
incredible moment.
And I'm thinking, this is unreal. Like, not only are G2 pulling this off round by round, but the whole crowd is there, and it was like Stewie chance, then it was m0NESY chance, then it was NiKo chance. Like everyone was getting a moment to shine from the crowd. They were loving you.
Yeah. Honestly, like playing on that stage, those moments against Vitality, like it's for the first time I felt like I was in Nirvana, you know.
Yeah.
I was in a state like at some point where I didn't feel any pressure, and I was only focused on myself and on my team, and I didn't really like care, for example, that stage is shaking, you know, like everyone is screaming, you know. I just knew that everyone is with us, like cheering for us.
Yeah.
And I was in this kind of like mental state where
everything else is just around you done, right?
Yeah, like I'm in the bubble.
Yeah.
And nothing can beat us right now, you know.
Yeah.
It could be only us that who can beat. And but it was pretty nice to play, honestly.
And you got your MVP there as well.
Yeah, I mean.
And Nexa got his first ever IEM trophy.
Yeah. And first trophy as well.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That's
crazy.
Right? Yeah.
You might be right. I know 100% was his first IEM.
Was it his first trophy?
Yeah, I think.
That's crazy.
I think. Because
Devilwalk can check this while we're talking.
They lost with G2 like what, five grand finals?
It was so many grand finals in a row. So many.
Man, they lost like Katowice, Cologne, a major.
Yeah. And then this one you finally get with Stewie standing in. NiKo calling.
How is possible?
Well, except if you count DreamHack Summer 2018.
That's not the same level of event.
It's online?
No. it was back then. It was just going to like tier 2, tier 3 kind of
Yeah, so
teams.
it's not a big event. Yeah,
No,
yeah, that
not a
doesn't- that
tier
doesn't-
1 event.
Yeah.
But that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy.
No, that was insane. Honestly, yeah. I don't know. But still, he's a god, man. But he's playing in the team right now, like in who in
He was standing in
Wildcard.
for someone, right?
Wildcard.
Yeah, standing in for those guys.
He's an OPER. I
It-
inspired him.
Yeah, you. m0NESY inspired Stewie to be the author.
I don't know. I mean, he was been.
But
I
he
love
was
it.
he was always like kind of in the role that you described yourself to be in the early days. He was always second oping.
Yeah, because
you
they never
know.
had like a dedicated AWP, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Skadoodle was there
they
for
had
the major. Then
Skadoodle, which
after
was
that,
just a pure turret, like back in
Yeah.
those days. He was very stationary as an opera, right? And then you had Stewie, who took kind of the more risky entry maneuvers, comparably.
The man, he was in Dallas. He was crossing every smoke with right click flash. We
Yeah.
played against FaZe. He's crossing with right click
Smoke
flash.
criminal.
Yes, man. Every smoke. Like I think he understood how to play on the stage.
Yeah.
And CS2 is his game.
Okay.
If he would like if CS2 would be in 2000 when they prime.
That actually does
Liquid,
make sense.
2017, 2018, I guess. Yeah.
Liquid Prime 2017.
Oh
or,
no, Liquid Prime was 2019.
I don't remember.
Just after the Astralis
Yeah,
era.
if it would be CS2 back in days, I think he would be the best player, man, in the world. Honestly, he will just
I love that.
kill everyone, man.
Are you still talk to him now?
No, not really.
No.
No,
But
no,
it was a good moment, right?
it was a good
To
moment.
meet someone like that, and
Good moment that we met each other and I know him.
there we go. Good memories. All right, getting on to the next stage of the G2 lineups. We then come to July 2024 to December 15th, 2024. NiKo, Hunter, m0NESY, Malbs, Snax, which is what it still is now. So even that, right? It's still up until currently with this.
But Heavy Gold changed.
Oh yeah, Heavy God changes. Yeah,
Mhm.
true. When we lose NiKo, so we lose NiKo at the beginning of this year. Thank you, Devilwalk, for reminding me.
no
I'm still
worries.
sat
Good
in that.
reminder.
This is why he's here to keep me up on it. But this one, Malbs was exciting, especially when he's like second in after NiKo in a lot of positions, right?
Mhm.
Snax comes in as a IGL, obviously his background with Taz comes into it. Was this a move they told you more about or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one you're
I
involved with.
finally got the news.
m0NESY signed off on
I
this
don't know,
one.
maybe because I started playing better in this year, you know.
Yeah, they were like, okay, let's ask him now.
I don't know.
So did they told you what was happening and they got your opinion?
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I was involved, of course. But for example, I'm also like a person. I don't like changes, in the team.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
because you want to keep a stability, right?
Yeah, I would rather have like consistency, stability in the
Mhm.
team where everyone likes each other and you go through difficulties with each other and you
Yep.
grow up as a team. Yeah, I would rather maybe I don't know, like
So
not
do
not
you
change,
feel
not
like
change anyone, you know.
do you feel
Yeah.
like if you just look at the G2 overall that you guys have made too many changes to find that consistency?
What was the question? Sorry, I didn't.
So like if we look back, now to
Uh-huh.
when you joined G2, do you feel like you've made too many changes as a team during this period that you've been there?
No, some changes were needed, I think. Maybe at the beginning in 2022, I think, because there was some, how to say it, I would say we had like some, I think, different visions between captain and coach, I would say,
Mhm.
in 2022, and I think some changes were needed,
Yeah.
But later on, I don't know.
How much do you think the NiKo being the leader for Dallas and winning also helped with pushing that across?
Pushing it across?
Yeah, like making that move happen.
I don't know, like after we won Dallas, we understood everything, for example.
Mhm.
Like us as a team, we understood everything and we just made it happen.
Fair enough.
With Rasmus.
And then, so Snax and Malbs come in. This is something you find out about, you know about. We already touched on it earlier. Second place at Esports World Cup. 56 at Clones, okay. But then it's the crazy part is the second part of the half of the year where we were not thinking, like Snax is under heavy criticism. Malbs is doing good. Like, I think he played very well considering the roles he was given and what was asked of him.
Mm-hmm.
You win full final. That was kind of unexpected considering NAVI was destroying you guys again and again. How good did that feel after you'd lost to NAVI constantly?
Damn, we lost against them like 10 times.
No, it was
No,
nine times. Hunter said, you will not beat G2 10 times in a row.
It's crazy. Because funny fact that
Mhm.
in 2023, we didn't lose against NAVI in best of 3
Yep.
like 6 times or something. Or 7 times, maybe. I don't remember. But
Mhm.
a lot of times we didn't lose against them.
Yeah.
And in 2024, we started losing against them since they changed they put Alexi B and
They changed everything then. Remember, it was
And
Alex,
JL.
JL, Irma,
yeah, Ime
Wonderful.
and Wonderful
No,
came. So,
yeah,
I mean, that's it.
So was it after Simple left and Wonderful came then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple was a problem, yeah. I mean, man, and we could not beat them somehow. I didn't understand how.
Mhm.
But honestly, I mean, I mean, they have very nice structure in the team. Like,
Yeah. The Blade system.
Blade does everything, yeah. And I mean, he's smart. I mean, I would love to work with him maybe in the future. I mean, maybe I don't hide of course that because I think he's so good in the game, and
You respect him, right?
I respect him and Zonic.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think they're two greatest coaches of all time, and
Correct.
like you couldn't beat them. Like they had insane structure, and every time, for example, what I was doing, they were countering me. You know.
Oh, so you felt countered.
Yeah, like countered not because like they were preparing against me, maybe. Yeah, they were doing because they're ready for everything. I would say.
Okay.
Maybe. Obviously, I was surprising sometimes them. Yeah, but for example, in EWC where I played against them in grand final, I don't know. I think it was my worst I don't know tournament. I don't know for me honestly. I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't do anything against them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you play against them, you feel annoyed, and you are forced to do something because you cannot do anything.
Yeah. So like, you can't do your normal. Okay, I'll change this and do this.
Yeah.
And then you're.
Yeah.
Out of comfort zone.
Yeah, but you know why? What I understood after it was just overthink. You just play against the team because you
Yeah.
think they're strong, but
let me
they're
ask.
strong, yeah, of course. But you overthink too much. You respect them too much in the game.
I
You
have
do
to
something
ask
else.
you because I remember tweeting this. I did the Sasuke versus Naruto, Bit versus m0NESY. This was a proven stat that whenever Bit played you, he performed his absolute best.
Yeah.
Like, this was crazy because your friends, very good friends outside the server, ex teammates, but Bit would always be above his normal level playing you.
Yeah, I want to say I also like to play against Navi. Every time I play against them, I feel good. For example.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's a good rivalry. It's like a healthy rivalry.
Yeah. What I can do? No, I mean, Valera is insane. You know.
Yeah.
He can beat, but what was the question? I forgot. I mean, playing against Navi, and for me, it was always like El Clasico match, you know, like G2 against Navi. It's been always the same. Yeah, but Valera was always destroying us sometimes in 2024.
And then you win full finals. You finally beat him. The curse is broken. Rio was crazy, but obviously it was understood that like you went from the highs of winning an event like that. You came into Rio, and you guys weren't ready, right? It didn't feel like you were ready.
No, I think we arrived not prepared.
Yeah, it wasn't the same team. Then we go to World Finals in Singapore. You win that, and then we're so close to the major. And again, we'll talk about the jersey, but I mean, this was when we started to say G2 could win this major. Like, because Navi had dominated so far, it went from being just Navi and Spirit to being like Navi, Spirit, and then G2's name was there. And you must have felt so good going into Shanghai.
Yeah.
But they made you change jersey and it all went wrong.
He had a bad feeling from the start when he took on the jersey.
Like, when we played in Singapore, I just felt that like we were unbeatable, you know, in Singapore.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not in group stage, but in playoffs, the level that we showed after beating Liquid from 0-13, we came back on the second map and on the third map, and we showed like very good resilience. I just thought that we could win the tournament. We won the tournament, and after the tournament, I felt like we can win the major as well. You know,
and it's when you got back-to-back MVPs as well.
Yeah, but there is only one thing that I forgot to mention before when we were speaking before about tournaments. Like in our team, I mean in G2, we had like I would say no structure, and like every time, for example, when you couldn't pop off very good individually.
Yeah.
There was no structure, and we were losing against the team who will, for example, like NAVI.
Mm-hmm.
If you couldn't play good individually against them, and against them individually, sometimes you cannot play very well because they have a lot of like settings, and they have a very nice system. You need to play together good as a team and make good decisions.
But you didn't have that.
Yeah, that's where NiKo, for example, was. That's where NiKo was very strong.
Mhm.
He could like call mid rounds on CT. But on T side, we had no structure, and we could have just played like very freestylish way. And I think on major, that's what happened. I didn't play good individually, like at all, in the whole major.
You were remember we were talking. You were like off your game mentally as well. Mentally, you were not the same Ilya that I'm used to speaking to.
Like I don't really know what happened, but I mean, I didn't really felt also like confident. For example, for some reason, I was overthinking a lot during this tournament, during major.
We were talking about desks and everything, and you never normally. When I talk to you,
man, it's crazy.
Normally, he can sit down. When I talk to this guy, he can sit down. He's happy. PC is good. He does his stuff, and he's fine.
Yeah.
But this, you're talking to me about the chair, the desk, everything was getting in your head, which was I'm not used to seeing that from you. And you're my friend.
Like, man, for example, chair was different. Table was different. Monitor was different compared to all
other
tournament organizers that were providing tournaments. Throughout the.
Because normally it's always just Zowie, and it wasn't this event either.
Yeah. And I just couldn't find myself for some reason, and everything was in my head, and I was overthinking a lot, and it just hit my level of CS.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, and thanks God that we qualified. Thanks my team that we qualified for playoffs in the arena. They made it happen. I was not there, I think, before the playoffs. And in playoffs, I just did my best, but I still couldn't find my game.
Yeah.
But do you think, also going back to like the structure part, that if you are not hot, you don't really know where to place yourself in the game? Is that how you felt, or?
No,
I assume like when it's no structure, it's very entry dependent. It's very much about the individual decision making in the defaults, like flashing, trying to get a pick, and then making a decision once you get to that point.
I mean, like structure. I think it's pretty hard to build. I mean, how. I mean, you should. I think you need to know how to do it, and not a lot of teams they have structure. I think NAVI has the best structure. I think in all of the teams, and they're very consistent. For example, and that's what Blade does.
Yeah.
And I mean, in our team, I mean, we didn't have it, and I mean, it was some point I even like pushed that we need to play more like structured way, because sometimes we were dying like without a reason. We were playing very individually. I mean, you don't want to have 5 individuals in the team. You want to have a team.
Yeah.
And at some point, like sometimes, for example, in our team, we could just like overpick. For example, I mean, it's all obviously individual decisions.
Yes.
But in the rounds, you need to know your role. For example, you need to know when and why, and obviously it's pretty hard to talk about it. And we just didn't have it, and when nobody could play very good individually, we just could lose already on T side, I would say.
No, I understand the problem. It's like when you don't have the structure to fall back on, where you kind of trick the opponents or create all these patterns to make them rotate or shift movement on the map in a way that you recognize and feel comfortable with, then it becomes really hard to just step into a line and do another AWP, if you're not feeling it. And you're just gonna end up losing entry after entry after entry. And eventually get to a point where you just want to gamble, and then everything just continues falling down.
Yes, exactly. But that was our way how to play CS, and I mean, it was good.
Tell me when you got to playoffs at the major for Shanghai. It seemed like you guys were going to hit that kind of like dream run to the grand final. How you guys were so sad, but was it also that sadness we saw on the cameras because also you knew NiKo was leaving as well? Was it like it all come together at the same time?
Actually, my family was also there. They were also there watching the
Yes.
game.
I was giving your brother places to go
Yes.
where I'd visited in
Yes.
Shanghai.
yes. And yeah, I was very sad just because, first of all, because NiKo was leaving.
Yeah.
Second, we lost the match. And yeah, like I mean, you know, everyone started crying, for example, on the stage
Yeah.
when we lost the match. But when we arrived in the hotel, I started just because I couldn't believe and I couldn't realize what happened, you know,
Yeah.
and what will happen in a month, that the team will be without NiKo, you know.
Yeah.
And
he'd been your consistent, him and Hunter, the whole way through.
yes, and I couldn't believe. And in the hotel, I just started. I had a lot of tears, you know, in my eyes. I was standing like for 10 seconds. Someone tried to hug me and everything, and I just went in my room after. And I was like, for next 3-4 hours, I was just crying, and that's it.
Oh man.
No, man, it was so hurtful.
Yeah, I can understand. I can feel you.
Yeah, it was so hurtful. I spoke to NiKo after and everything, and spoke to teammates, and that's it.
And
That's
then
obviously like you kind of have this knowledge for a long time, but you kind of try to shape up. Let's focus on the tournament, and then you get that release after, right?
Yeah, release, yeah.
So it all hit at once.
Yeah.
It's not nice. It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
And then this is the thing. NiKo leaves, right? And the whole conversation was people knew when your contract was up, people knew what was happening, and it was just, okay, m0NESY is going to go with NiKo as soon as he can to Falcons. Can I ask you, was that always the case? Or it wasn't, like that wasn't always set in stone that was going to happen?
That I go to Falcons?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't in the stone. I mean, when Heavy God came in the team, I mean, first of all, when NiKo left the team, like for me, it was pretty hard to understand how you're gonna play on City side, I would say,
Because he does so much.
Yeah, because he was doing a lot. Like he was kind of babysitting us, maybe. like where to rotate, what decisions to do. You know, he had a lot of responsibilities, and it was pretty. Like I didn't know how we were gonna play, you know. And when we started playing on practice, obviously we had a lot of struggles. Yeah. And the first tournament as well, we qualified for playoffs on Blast Bounty. You lost against Internal Fire, but you know there was a lot of room for improvement. Yeah. And there was actually a lot of room for improvement in my opinion. And yeah, like I don't know.
I mean, in general, if you look at like broadcast analyst desks, whatever, they consistently talk about like Malbs taking over kind of that aggression part on the CT side, trying to get the place active. But I also understand the point where if you remove a player that has that much responsibility, some strats, some structure, some ways of playing doesn't even work anymore. Like I've been a part of situations, you have key strats, you just love them, they all work. One player leaves, they don't work anymore. Like they're complete kaput, you know. It doesn't feel like the same gears are in motion, you know.
You like that?
Yeah. Also, Mario changed his role as well, and on City side, and but and we just tried to find our game. We tried to find our identity, you know, on City side, and we couldn't do it. And yeah, we lost our big vocal voice as well on City side. And everything was like kind of falling apart, you know. But we just needed a lot of time, like really a lot of time, because some games we were playing against, like let's say for example against NAVI, we were losing kind of mentally already before the game because we were thinking they are better than us, you know. And you're taking duel against them, like in the game you were taking duel, you're dead before.
Yeah.
You know, you're taking duel, you're not winning. You're not thinking that you're gonna win. I mean, you need to always have mentality that you think you're gonna win. You know, like you want to win.
Yeah.
We are born to win. You know, like a Navi. I was born in Navi.
I'm
born to win.
It's the slogan.
Yes, Green Samurai. Born to win. I mean, and yeah, and we needed a lot of time, and some things were not working, of course, and Yeah, that was. I mean, for me, it was pretty hard, because I started also like tilting sometimes as well during officials as well. I mean, during officials, I never said anything bad to my teammates, and I mean, I don't say bad to my teammates anything, but didn't say. But for example, on practice when we were doing like the same mistakes that we kept doing, I could like say like bro, like why you do this?
Oh, you're becoming a simple.
No, but like I just couldn't understand because like we kept discussing the same things and
Oh, it wasn't changing, it wasn't
no, for
improving.
example, yeah. I mean, I was fucking up a lot as well,
Yeah.
But because of that, and because we, for example, we couldn't find our game, I was also tilting, and because we were doing mistakes, I was tilting as well.
I
And
guess you've taken such a step down as well, right? As a whole, there's a lot that's happened.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of change for the whole team. This
yeah,
was NiKo. It wasn't just removing NiKo. It was like Malbs changed position. You lose a voice in the team. Heavy God's got to come in, and
yeah.
like it's crazy.
No, just check my career. Like every year in G2, we were changing players every year,
Yeah.
And no, in the end, like we changed NiKo,
Yep.
like NiKo, and of course, like it. I mean, it hit me pretty hard, as well. And maybe I just started like sometimes like tilting, of course, but
Yeah.
it's normal.
It's understandable, especially like when you're as good as you are a generational talent, right? You are a player that doesn't come along that often in our game. Everyone's hyped about you. You're still young. You want to be there to win. You don't want to be there having all these problems and like not having a good roster around you.
Yeah.
So let's come on to this now, right? You're talking honestly about starting to tilt. You go away from G2. Obviously, if your contract's ending, they don't want you to go for free. So they're going to make sure they try and sell you. Was it always Falcons? Was it like you and them said, okay, I want to go to Falcons? Or was it, do you want to go to NAVI? Do you want to go here? Obviously, we know why you can't go to NAVI. You'd love to, maybe, for a bit. But I mean, were you offered to other teams? Did you have other choices?
Did I had other choices? Yeah, I had.
Because I'm sure lots of teams would want you.
Yeah, I had. Obviously,
Pretty much
I cannot
every
say.
team.
I cannot say, but I mean, I had. But when you look on at other teams, there is only one team that I can go. It's I wanna go. It's Falcons. It's just because I like I like when I looked at other teams, I didn't have that much belief,
Really?
No, like believe like I wanted to play with NiKo always, and
Yeah.
I believe that we can win a lot of tournaments and a lot of trophies with him together, and finally we'll get him a major,
And you a major.
I mean, I'm fine for now.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
they go hand in hand. You're together now again.
but I mean different things that major will come when you deserve it,
Yeah.
and all the other tournaments as well. They will come when you deserve it, but just you have to still stay consistent. You need to believe, and you need to work on yourself and work together as a team, not only by yourself sitting alone and doing something, but obviously you need to build a good fundament in the team where everyone feels comfortable and everything. And like the time will show, and the time will show when everything will collect in one
Come together.
piece, come together.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, obviously, I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what life. I don't know what to expect, but obviously, I'm ready to win.
But you must have spoken to NiKo a bit about it, right? Before, like to understand what's going to happen, what you're going to do, and obviously NiKo's a big factor of why you're coming to Falcons, right? So,
Yes.
but also you mentioned just earlier in the podcast, you said the two greatest coaches of all time, Blade
Yes.
and Zonic.
Yes.
So you get in Zonic as well.
Yes, of course.
So
of course.
is that super exciting for you as well
Of
to have,
course.
because you've never had a coach like this,
Of
never.
course. Yeah. When I was a NAVI Junior in academy, when I had an interview, I said it. I would like to work with Zonic.
Oh
I mean,
wow!
you can find it somewhere, but I said it, and
He visualized it. We spoke about this
yeah,
earlier. You
that
visualized
was
it.
what
It's
I was
come
thinking
true.
about. Did he visualize this?
I remember one thing actually from NAVI Junior. I had interview with one YouTuber, Shock, and
I know, Shock. Yeah.
yes, and he got me some questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yeah, it was in 2021, and I said I see myself playing in the team, maybe international team, blah blah blah. And I remember Navi management got mad on me because I said it.
Yeah, because they're like, no, you're
They're
staying
like,
with us.
"No."
We're not international.
Yeah, because you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just wanted to improve that time.
yeah.
I didn't really. Yeah, obviously, my dream was to go in main team always, and but it couldn't happen that time. But yeah, I said that I would like to play with Zonic, and right now I have an opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, but for me, reuniting with the NiKo was also important, very
Mhm.
important, because I feel like we understand each other very well.
Of course.
We in the game as well, and I mean everywhere, and we're very close in real life. Just because the amount of time we spend with each other,
Yeah.
the amount of time we spend on the server together. Maybe like I'm not the guy who, for example, who watches a lot of demos and like rewatching games as well.
Mhm.
I think for last like 3 years, I rewatched maybe like 2 demos by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of a guy. Usually it was NiKo who was coming to me and saying to me like, "Bro, you need to watch. Like, stop playing Face It. You're just a nerd, Bro, go watch demo, rewatch it, like what you did wrong here."
Yeah.
I was saying to him, yeah, I will do it, and I didn't do it. And he was doing it for me sometimes. Like he
He's
was
just watching it and telling you, look at this.
yes,
Do this.
he's been always doing it. He was rewatching demos, saying, "Ilya, come to me." We were watching together, and he was
Mhm.
saying, "Why did you pick here, for example, or why did you smoke here, or why did you throw a flash without a reason?" And all of this came up in the like in one thing that I started caring, for example, about utility more, about like
Yeah.
in something in the game more than ever. Yeah, I needed him more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, and he was the biggest reason why I became better.
That's super cool.
Yeah, but yeah, people doesn't understand. Like a lot of people who are just watching CS, they don't understand how much players give impact
Yeah.
outside of the server. Yeah, let's say for example for example, a lot of haters, yeah, they keep writing like, for example, like let's pick some captain
Mhm.
who kept, like, let's say for example, Kerrigan or any captain. Yeah,
Mhm.
a lot of captains, they don't play like very well. Yeah, they don't show like very good individual performance on the
Stats.
server. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm not the guy who is talking about statistics. I don't like it, but a lot of people are writing about this bullshit, but they don't know how much impact they give for teammates,
Yep.
Yeah.
for the team, and for everyone on the server. So your players who are performing well can perform well. Yeah, like they call, they do prep. Yeah, they do a lot of things, and it's very underrated.
Mhm.
And some things are very underrated. They don't see it with their eyes how much they work, and because they work in shadow, and they win tournaments and games because of that.
I
Mhm.
mean, there was a interesting video recently where it was Eternal Fire did like the B stack voice com, where it was
Mm.
essentially, I think they put Santares jumping boiler on Inferno, and Major had said,
Voxic, yeah, I saw.
Voxic, yeah.
Yeah.
And Major basically, if you see one, it's B. If you see two, it's A. And that's all he said to him before the round started. He sees one guy, and they all rotate into B, stack it, and you
Mm-hmm.
know they said before Voxic, do not go for kill. Let him be,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just stack B, and you get 3-4 kills sometimes in a stack like that as a player, because
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
too many people to watch, and you just automatically get into a situation where you can farm eco frags, you can get like it
Mm-hmm.
adds up so much, and it has a lot of
Yes.
impact on the game, especially CS2, which obviously the pistols are worth a little bit more than the 16 round CSGO.
Yeah.
I only remember why Voxic, because he has P2000. That's why I remember.
Ah, yes, yeah.
Okay.
Man, it's the only player plays with P2000 for a long time. I don't know,
So
but yeah, I agree.
you've not changed teams that much. You went from NAVI Junior to G2 now for what is it? 3 years? 4 years?
4 years, yeah.
4 years. Yeah, 4 years. And now they're letting you go play. Obviously, after Bucharest, you get to do the rest of your events with Falcons. You're doing the major with Falcons as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard to get prepared and ready, but I mean, are you excited for this new challenge, a new home, a new feeling? Obviously, NiKo's the comfort, but there's so much like you're gonna have to go through now. There's so much new learning you're gonna have to do.
Also, do
Yeah,
you have in your contract that you decide when to swap jerseys? Is that negotiated?
it's forbidden already.
No, it's forbidden. I love that.
It's forbidden. I
Yeah.
wrote it in the contract for
Oh,
everyone that it's forbidden.
Perfect.
I mean, if they will break the law in contract, I will find them.
They're in big trouble then.
I love
Joke,
this.
but I lost I was at it. Yeah, I'm very excited to begin the new challenge. For me, everything in my career was a challenge. For me, joining
Yeah.
international roster was a challenge. For me, becoming a better player in CS2 was a challenge as well. And I mean, everything for me is a challenge because like everything what connects me and the game and outside of the game as well is like a library, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything what I learn outside of the game, I don't know. I watch or read some books about like sport, like for example, Kobe Bryant, like Mama Mentality book, for example. Yeah, I read.
Great book.
Yeah,
Oh.
I read like 1 year ago. For me, it's a lot of knowledge. Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
a library that can help me to be better in the game. And as I said, everything for me was a challenge, and obviously coming in the new team, coming in the new like home for
Mm-hmm.
me, I feel excited.
Yeah, a big change.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel happy.
And obviously, it's when you've been on a team for so long to make this change, to know you're not back with just NiKo, but you got zonic as well.
Mhm.
Is it good that you like the mentality that Falcons have? Because I don't care about all the people talking about money spent, all this other stuff. The one thing that we know with Falcons is they're building teams to win. They want to win. Trophies is what they're aiming for. That must align so much with you and NiKo.
Yeah, I mean, everything that they want for. I mean, Falcons for me is that you just perform well.
Yeah.
They will make everything. In I would say like in their possibilities to make you perform well. They
Mhm.
just want performance, yeah, and you don't really care about any other stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You just want to like me as a player. I just want to win, you know,
Mhm.
and I will make everything possible in my hands to be in good shape, to be consistent in everything, and make my teammates feel happy as well in the team, you know. So yeah, like just
Hell yeah.
just let's go.
What's
Yo-
Falcon's slogan, by the way? Do they have one?
I don't even know if they have a slogan.
What is this?
Like, Born to
It's
Win
like
for
Born to
NAVI.
Win.
Yeah. But
Oh,
like, do we know if Falcons have one?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to learn.
Green.
Okay, we have to research this.
Yeah, we'll find that out.
I think they don't have.
Obviously we don't touch too much on the rumors, but everyone wants Kyosuke. Yeah. Do you think they really want to try and get him? Have they spoke to you about anything to do with that?
I don't know. Maybe Kyosuke is a nice guy. I mean, like he has very good mechanics in the game.
Yeah.
You cannot not see this, you know. Like
Yeah.
everyone who is playing the game and played before, like everyone would see that he plays well. You know, let's say for example, let's take Donk, let's take Kyosuke as well. Yeah, I mean because they are from the same organization.
Yeah.
And they play very well. You know, like the way they move in the game, it looks easy. You know, and that's for example everyone would wish, you know. I mean, everyone wish they could do it, you know, to play like them,
Like,
to move like them, yeah,
please, yes, give me
yeah,
that skill.
yeah. I mean, you know, for example, some guys they don't have the same. I mean, maybe some guys they don't have the same experience than
Mhm.
other guys. Some guys they don't have the same mechanics as other guys. That's what
Yeah.
make you, you know, special sometimes. You
Unique,
know,
yeah.
unique, yeah. So in my opinion, like every player is unique, but Kyosuke he plays very good. Yeah, I mean he deserves to join tier one team.
Mhm.
I mean he has everything right now in his hands to join and prove himself. He doesn't need to prove himself to all the people who are like to journalists or like to people who are writing
Everyone's hyping him up.
yeah bullshit or good stuff in topics. Yeah, he needs to prove to himself that
Yeah.
he can do it, you know, because that's what I did to myself when I joined G2. I just proved
Mhm.
to myself that I can become better in international roster, because it was a challenge for me, and he just needs experience. He never played on tier 1 tournament.
It'd be crazy if his first team was Falcons,
Yeah.
and he's got you and NiKo alongside him. That's a scary team. That might be the only
Will
team
he
that could
be?
end this. Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see. Yeah.
I tried to check with their CEO. I didn't find out yet either. So if it's possible,
Only
that would
rumors.
be crazy. Yeah, it's only rumors for now. But just imagine that trio on a team: m0NESY, NiKo, Kyosuke, and Vitality era over before it could start. What are your expectations? Is it going to be like a slow onboarding process? I guess you're going to start practice as soon as you finish Bucharest, right?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we will see. I mean, I just I don't know.
Did you get your visa for Melbourne?
For Melbourne, no, not yet.
Oof.
Yeah, not yet.
Hopefully you find out soon.
I mean, hopefully, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully I will do it and I will be able to play this tournament, because I also I'm not in G2 anymore,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna play Astana, PGL Astana.
Ah.
So I mean, would love to like kind of balance it with Melbourne. You know?
Yeah. Don't want too much time away from big
Yes.
tournaments. Exactly.
Yes.
So Devilwalk, any other questions for our baby go here about the Falcons move before we start to get to fan questions?
Well, I mean, obviously you've answered kind of what event you want to win. You want to win that major for NiKo. But my question is really, coming up now is the major. You have a few weeks to kind of get into the groove of getting into a whole new team, learning. Obviously NiKo maybe don't have to learn as much about what he's doing on the server, but the other individuals getting into it, learning from Zonic. How ready do you feel that you could become for a major with this team in such a short span of time? Because I mean, I've been in a similar situation when we won the first major. Pronex had practiced with us, I think, 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
So
2 weeks
Yeah,
practice.
very-
that
win a
was
major.
new IGL.
Take this.
Enough.
Learn from this.
And no one expected us to do anything, right? Because of that
Mhm.
short amount of time. But how do
Yeah.
you feel? Have you are you gonna have you gotten things beforehand so you know a little bit about the structure that you're prepared for it? Or will you just jump into the deep end and see how it goes?
No, first of all, yeah, I have to get to know boys, how they play, how they like to play.
Yeah.
They also need to know me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I just know only NiKo, yeah. But I think on CD side we will understand each other. For example, what is gonna happen, and how I can play around him sometimes, how he's gonna play around me, because we are pretty like, how to say it, close roles. Yeah,
Yeah.
we play with each other, move each other and everything. But on T side, obviously, I need to know how they play, and maybe something also changes on CT side. But on T side, I need to know how they play, because I don't know, But we'll have some time to prepare. Maybe not a lot. If I go to Melbourne, not a lot. I think like 4 days or something. I don't know.
Learning as
Not
you play
enough.
officials.
I
Not
mean,
enough.
we will just play with what we have.
Yeah.
We're professionals. We're gonna adapt. Obviously, maybe not a lot of team play, but when you play in clutches, when you play post plants and everything, it's not about training anymore. It's about like adapting. Like
Yeah.
like if you have experience, you know how to make this post plant or clutch closer to win it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain. You're gonna use everything what you know and what you did before to make this happen. So I mean, I'm not talking about the structure, but I'm talking about this kind of rounds. Yeah. But we will see. You're gonna
But
play.
it is a tough task in that short amount of time. I don't think anyone can deny that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very tough, but very fun, very exciting as well.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the community sees it as a positive for what's the next step in your career, because you're one of the greats to come. You're one of the greats that have shown it now, especially last year. We see your potential. We know what you can do. So let's get towards the end of this. Let's see some of the fan questions we've had in there.
Mm-hmm.
So So there was a question from Franco's, did NiKo's decision to leave for Falcons influence the team's mentality stress during the Shanghai major playoffs, knowing it might be the last run with him?
What?
So knowing that NiKo was going to leave before Shanghai, did that add some stress? Did that change things for you?
No, not stress.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it did influence a bit. But because knowing that NiKo is gonna leave, everyone just wanted to win this last tournament and also this major.
Yeah.
With him.
Do it for him.
But I think it was like in a good way, influence in a good way. You
Okay.
know, like.
Okay, and that question was from Frankus, and this is all your viewer questions from our Discord, by the way.
Yep.
Just to let everyone know that we do this every episode. That if we have questions brought into Discord, we then bring them up and try to answer them best we can. You know.
Yeah, this is the first one with a guest. Normally it's just me and Devilwalk answering
Yeah.
random questions the whole time.
Yeah.
Next one's from Uwe Linka. What do you do outside of Counter-Strike trading? How did you mentally deal with realizing CS training would take priority over friends, family, and a casual lifestyle early in your career? It's kind of all you've ever done.
No, I don't know. I honestly don't really do a lot of things outside of the game. I just play CS. I'm a CS enjoyer. I'm room flower who is in the room sitting and playing on the if I'm at home. I'm like a room flower who is like, you put the flower in the room and it's forever there.
It's there. It's just
It's forever there.
I like that.
When you go outside, like actually outside
Mhm.
to see friends, like I opened this door, to go outside, and it's like the new world for me. Already.
A whole new
Like,
world.
New world. It's another atmosphere.
You go out and it's like, it's pretty good graphics over here.
Yes, 4x3.
Yes.
Different resolution, but no. To be honest, I mean, everything what I do to CS is just I just tried. At some point in my career, I understood that I'm gonna sacrifice all my time to become better in the game, and obviously, like parents and like family, all the close people, close friends, they understand it, and they understand what I do, and they will always wait for me. Like for example, if I'm gonna I lose, for example, I go back to home, my grandmother still smiles,
No.
and she looks at me and it's okay, next time will come, you will have a lot of tournaments, blah blah blah. And that's what not motivates me, but she supports me, and it gives me only good positive vibes. But they will always wait for you. They love you,
Yeah.
And your brother's a huge support of your whole career.
my brother, my brother is insane.
I've
I wouldn't be the
considering
same.
I've met his brother at multiple events now. He's like, we're sat there watching together and both freaking out at the same problems, and if the round doesn't go their way, and then watch him lift the trophy, and we can both be happy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go interview your boy now. That's it. Yeah, it's always good fun.
Yeah.
Devil, read the next one. I don't have to read all of them.
All right, this one is from Slexa. How much? Yeah, I don't know.
Slexa Nexa.
Slexa.
It's fake Nexa.
How much did you grind CS between ages 12 to 16? How hard was the work? And what's the best tip you can give a young aspiring AWPer?
I grinded a lot. You don't even need to ask me. It's crazy. I think I had like 100 hours at least, not even less. Only when I went for vacation,
Yeah.
100 hours every 2 weeks at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't have less. I mean, only when I had vacation. Yeah. I mean, I played a lot. It's crazy, honestly, like really. And also, I played other games. I'm not only like CS enjoyer, but I also played like Dota a little bit. Not because you cannot play the only one game every time behind PC.
Yeah,
it's impossible. Yeah. When you're young.
Devilwalk's Marvel Rivals, nearly highest rank right now.
Paused it now.
Really?
Yeah, he's had a pause, but he's nearly highest level on. He loves to get to the highest rank on a game,
and then
he's
quit
still
it
so
forever.
Competitive, and then he just quits. So right now he's very close to being the highest rank you can be in Marvel Rivals. And every time we get the podcast, we just get an update on how far he's going.
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals.
Yeah. Not. By the way, still also level 10. What are you, 2.7 kilo right now?
Yeah, but I mean, it's been idling same. I think it's shit, but
play PUBG.
Whoa.
No. Wow.
What tip
What tip? Yeah, what tip?
What I can give, what I can recommend. I mean, if you're like young, you don't have to worry for now about anything. Yeah, if you're like 14 years old, you can just play the game and not worry about like what's around you. Yeah, you just play the game, you enjoy. I would just first of all, I would recommend to play a lot and on Face It. Yeah. This is, for now, it's the platform where you can just become better because you play against better players.
Yeah.
And to not be scared to play against better players than you, because I think this is the way where you get better, when you play against best players or like better players than you. That's what I did, for example, when I played in FPL. Yeah, when I joined FPL, I played always against like best players, and I would always love to play against Simple, for example, just because it was like, for me, it was a bit of like how to say, like, not personal, how to say it. I wanted to play against him to prove myself I can beat him. Yeah.
Yeah. You going up against the GOAT, you want to be able to do it. Yeah.
Because I just wanted to make not make sure, but I just wanted to beat him. Yeah. Yeah. If he is that good, why I cannot become better? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, tip as well, to not be toxic on Face It, to listen to the players and to older than you people who are giving you advices like about the real life and about the game as well, like experienced players, because they know better than you if you didn't have experience that they had, like in the teams, because you didn't play in the team yet, for example. And that's what I did. For example, when I joined NAVI Junior, I've been always listening, I've been always grinding, and I still listen to people, what they say to me. Yeah.
Nice. All right, the next one's from Jack. It could be Jack's also, just hiding on another
Man,
nickname.
they're making fun. Yeah, Jack and Nexa.
Yeah. How do you personally handle performance issues within your team, your own performance issues or a teammate's, and avoid letting frustration affect team attitude and vibes?
Personally handle performance issues with the team. Like, let's say, for example, like what's this, how to answer on this, blade? And avoid letting frustration affect team attitude vibes. Yeah. What's the kind of question? Like,
So let's say you will go back to where you didn't feel good in that tournament, right? And you get frustrated, but you don't want to affect your teammates or anything surrounding this. How do you deal with it?
Let's say, for example, we lost a map, or we lost a game. Yeah. And like, for example, some like didn't perform good, or like, we just lost the game. Doesn't matter who performed well or not, who didn't perform. It's already, we lost the game. And obviously, like, there a lot of like shit happened. Yeah. And if you're not gonna say about the things that, for example, you noticed, and you're not gonna clear your head, it's not good, because you're gonna stay with these emotions and with these thoughts for the whole tournament. And you have to say them, but you have to find a way how to also say them. Yeah, you need to have good approach. You cannot just say, hey man, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, are you joking, or like, you actually do this? No, Blin, no, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, you need to have a good approach. Yeah, how to point the mistakes, or like point the finger, for example. Yeah, I think you did here very bad, in my opinion, blah 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 blah. But sometimes maybe you want to say something after the map you lost. Yeah, like, for example, you lost the map and you want to say, sometimes I wanted, no, for example, in G2 I could say it, yeah, after the map, because some mistakes you have to say to make sure that the next map it will not repeat. Like, for example, someone didn't go with you together, or we don't go together, we don't trade each other well, you have to repeat this kind of stuff. You need to say this. Yeah. Yeah, but some things that, for example, happened on Mirage will not happen the next map, because it's not Mirage anymore. Yeah, that's it. But everyone understands. Yeah. Like, it's better for the team.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. This one is from Janska Rabot.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't know.
How important is it for a young player to have a mentor like NiKo? Were you nervous about bonding with the G2 team initially due to the age and English skills?
Yeah. No, I was nervous when I joined the G2. First of all, we had the boot camp. I mean, first of all, we had an online, Blast. It was Blast Spring, something like that.
Groups?
Online. Yeah,
It wasn't online, was it?
it was online first.
No. That would have been straight to straight in the Copenhagen studios.
No. I mean, like when I joined G2, our first tournament, I think it was Blast some qualifier. I played from home.
Okay.
I think I don't remember.
I think
Could
you
have
were
been Showdown.
announced like early January. You were even rumored the year before that, so you probably spent a little bit of time with the team.
I mean,
last was when was
yeah,
this?
but I remember just when I went on bootcamp, and we also played this this Blast on bootcamp.
Yeah.
It was pretty nervous. No, not nervous, but like I just like because it was my first team as well in English,
Yeah.
and I didn't know anyone how to speak with people, yeah, and I just tried to find a way. I don't know, but I was pretty nervous. Yeah, I mean it's fine. I mean everyone understands. Like they're also from different countries. Their English is not main language as well. You know, if you're gonna talk like a moron, they will understand you. Yeah, like I don't know. You can talk with any accent. With any accent they will understand you.
Yeah.
Just talk clear, you know, and. No, for me it was important also to have a mentor like NiKo because sometimes I didn't understand him as well. When I joined G2, he was just pointing me mistakes where I didn't agree.
Oh, you
Yeah.
disagreed at the beginning.
No, sometimes I was disagreeing. Sometimes I didn't know why he was saying this to me. And yeah, after like some time, we came on the same page.
Yeah, you found a way to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, it just needs time as well to build.
Okay, the next one is Team Car says, excluding NiKo, so not NiKo, who influenced you most to become the player you are today? Do you still want to play on a native-speaking team in the future? I guess he thinks that because of the overdrive rumor.
Influenced you? Like you mean like during my career? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I started playing as well CS. Yeah. No, I mean, for me, who made me become better player? It was simple. Just because, as I said before in the interview, I don't know if I said it, that when I played in academy, and even before when I was watching Simple playing in NAVI, I just first of all the guy didn't look like human in the game, you know.
Yeah.
He was just doing some stuff, unbelievable things, and I didn't know how, you know, and I just tried to do the same, you know, to do the same things as him, you know. I just tried to for some reason, you know, I understood for myself that you don't have to look that like someone, you know. You have to be yourself and just find your own like play style and everything. Yeah. But I just tried to do everything that he does, for example, and it was like kind of not a mistake, but it was very young mistake. Yeah. And yeah, at some point in my career I just said that I mean, if he can do this, why I cannot do this, for example. Yeah, I can do maybe even better, maybe, or he's better than me, but it doesn't matter anyways. You just still want just to become better.
Nice. All right, I'm only going to take two more from here, Devil. This one I'm going to kind of ask you quickly as, do you ever see yourself and Bit playing on the same team at some point in your career? Obviously, the Navi one, not possible right now for obvious reasons, but I'll just say this. Hey, Falcons, want to make him really happy? Go buy Bit. I'll push for that. But you'd obviously like that, right?
I didn't answer on the question. Wait.
Oh, wait, you didn't finish?
Yeah, on the
the native speaking bit. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, also depends what no, in the future. Like obviously, I think everyone. If you would ask Nicola, for example, NiKo, yeah. If he would have like very, 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 very nice players like in in Serbia or in Bosnia, yeah, that are speaking the same language as him.
Yes, yeah,
He
yeah.
would say, of course, in the future he would join. Yeah,
It is possible.
100%. Depends what team as well. Yeah, in the future. So
Yeah.
maybe yes, of course.
Okay.
Who knows? I don't know what to expect from this life.
We'll wait and see. You've still got plenty more years of playing.
Yes, yes.
All right, so the bit one.
Bit one.
Yeah.
This could happen. I think maybe playing with Valera at some point in the team. I mean, I never hidden it yet. I mean, I never hid it that I hid it. I never hid that I would like to play with him as well
Yeah.
in one team in the future.
Nice. Come on, Falcons. Do it. Make it happen. If there's an opening, if there's a chance, go get the boy, his friend on the team as well.
Man, you think they have infinity pocket or what?
No, but I'm just hoping that they can, like, you win a bunch of tournaments, right? And then the opportunity comes up. They take it.
That's like changing a jersey. You win tournaments and you change players. What is this?
Okay, they win tournaments for a long time. Someone retires, maybe Magix retires in like 2 years' time, and then they're like, "Okay, we can get bit now."
Yeah,
Good times. I'm talking it into existence for him. Visualization.
Okay.
I just want to see Bit and m0NESY
This
back
is more
together.
Banks' dream.
Yeah, me and the person who asked this question think the same. All right, I'm only going to ask you one more from here because we've taken enough time, mate. Jargon says favorite knife glove combo.
But favorite gloves knife combo, yeah. Crimson kimono.
Nice.
Red crimson kimono.
Yeah, the classics.
And butterfly ruby.
Beautiful.
This is my lovely combo.
Beautiful setup. All right, you have given me way more time. So for everyone to know, he was like, "Okay, can't be too long. Don't want the time to go too far." It is already extended way past the time he agreed, but he's that much of a good friend that he still sticks around and does it.
It's okay.
No, but he does this. This is both times he's come for my shows. One when we did just me and you under the scope. Now this podcast, you give me everything. You talk about everything. You also, I notice when we do interviews at events, you always give me the best answers. You're just good to me, man.
Sometimes answers they cannot be the same. Like for example, you ask someone and he always gives you. For example, let's say you're gonna ask someone about the game and you're gonna ask him how was it? Yeah, like for example, I don't know. Блять. For example, you're about to ask the guy just a question. How was the game? What was working good? Blah blah.
Yep.
And every day you hear the same question from different players. Like the game was good, clean and easy, blah blah blah. Everything was smooth. We had very good captain calling. And sometimes you need to balance, to put some more fire maybe in your answers. Let's say, we fuck them,
Yeah. But you give that to me. That's what I like.
Yeah. Or I don't know, like they had no chance.
My dog is licking his leg right now, by the way. Literally just licking his leg.
Yeah. She likes my answers.
Yes.
And no, you need to put something in your answers. It cannot be always the same boring and common.
Yeah.
Make some fun as well, maybe. No, that's what people likes, as well.
No, I'm just filming my dog lick m0NESY's leg while we're live, just because it's just hilarious.
Hey, come on, baby.
Well, I also want to extend my gratitude. Thank you so much, Ilya.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's getting it correct.
For coming on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure, like hearing your journey, your thoughts, some of the stories. So I've learned a lot today, and it's been super interesting having you here, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you to also Devilwalk. What's your name? I forgot.
Jonatan.
Thank you as well, Jonatan, for your time. It's been a pleasure as well to talk to you and to you, James.
Anything you want to say to all the fans out there, as you are now officially Falcons m0NESY, and just anything you want to say on that?
Wait 1 second. To all the fans, to all the fans, I just want to say thanks for all the positive comments. I mean, also for negative comments. All the negative comments, if they're written in a good way, like where I can find something that can help me, maybe to become better or to improve. Thank you, but all the haters, go fuck yourself. I'm joking, but yeah, I mean, cheer for Falcons. Not used to say it, but cheer for Falcons, and see you very soon you will see us playing.
There we have it. Episode 7 with m0NESY, our first ever guest, going from G2, covering all of that, into this now as the new journey for him in the Falcons. I want to say to you, as I've known you, followed you from the NAVI days, we coined the name Baby Goat. You've now become the young goat as you've aged throughout all of this. You still have this great opportunity to win more, to succeed more. And just as your friend, I wish you the best for this move. I hope that it's everything you want. I hope you're going to be able to lift more trophies. Best of luck, my man. I love you.
Thank you, man.
And you're going to go smash it and do what you do best.
Of course, man. We're gonna smash them. Much to smash everyone who is gonna stand in our way. We're gonna do it.
I believe.
We were doing it, and we will do it.
I like it. He's full of positivity. That's a lot of insight. That's a lot of knowledge. Make sure that you're subscribing to us on the YouTube, on all the audio platforms. If you are listening to audio only listeners, you've been hearing everything rather than seeing it. All about CS.GG. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next episode.